Hey beautiful people, this is your girl Shimon Monet. Thank you so much for checking out this video. So it is a long time coming, but I am finally going over my skincare routine. I always get a lot of questions about what I use, and if you follow me on social media, I post some things from time to time, but I don't just have one set video dedicated to my skincare routine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. So if you're not familiar with me, my channel, I will start off by saying that I do have dry skin, meaning that I don't have a problem with oiliness. Like, my skin does not get overly oily. It gets dry. When it gets dry, it gets flaky. I also have some discoloration. It's not too crazy, and it really fluctuates. But I have some discoloration around my cheekbone area, my smile lines, and just around my mouth in general. Sometimes I can notice a change in the color of my skin. But overall, I have dry skin. So my routine that I do focuses on making sure that I keep my skin hydrated and moisturized. If you have oily skin, you may not be able to follow this to the T. There may be some products that work for you and some products that you're not going to want to use. If you have any comments, definitely feel free to leave them below, and I will try my best to help you. But I just wanted to say that I, Shimon Monet, have dry skin. So this routine that I'm going to show you is definitely for people with dry skin. So with that being said, just a little random fun fact. Skin is the largest organ of the body. It's like our coat. It protects us, but it's also open to all the elements, the air, the dirt, the pollution, the sun. Everything comes in contact with our skin. So a lot of times people always compliment my makeup. But makeup aside, I always want to make sure that my skin is healthy, because I always say it's really hard to get really good makeup if you don't take care of your skin, because at the end of the day, we wash all the makeup off. You should be. Don't sleep in your makeup. It all comes off, and you really want to make sure that your skin is at its best. So 3 things that I do on a daily basis: I cleanse, I tone, and I moisturize. And I'll go into the products I use in just a moment. But that's something I do every single day. I do it in the morning and I do it at night. Then there are some products that I use. Masks, I'll say typically the mask that I use once a week if I'm being really good. Sometimes I skip weeks, I get tired, but I try to do a mask at least once a week. And then exfoliating also is something I definitely do at least once a week. And because I have dry skin, and depending on how cold it is, lately, like January, February, my skin has been so dry that I've had to exfoliate a bit more than I typically would in the summer months when, I'm sweating more. But yeah, cleanse, tone and moisturize every day, mask and exfoliating once a week, and exfoliating sometimes more. So let's jump into cleansers. Some of these things I'm going to show you in demo, and some things I'm just going to talk about because I'm not in my bathroom. It was just way too much for me to figure out all of my cameras and lights and everything in the bathroom. So hopefully you guys still get the gist of it. So the first product that I use every single day, whether I have on makeup or no makeup, is my Garnier SKINACTIVE Micellar Cleanser Water. I love this. I don't know what number bottle I'm on, probably 4, 5, 6. I don't know, because I use it every single day. I'm almost out. And the funniest thing is I slept on this product for a long time. When I first started seeing Micellar water, and I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not about to pay for water. Like, I'm just going to use my water. But I finally gave it and was like, everybody keeps talking about it. Let me try this out. I absolutely love it. I use the one with the pink cap. There are different ones. There's like a waterproof one. There's one, I think that's yellow, that has like an oil in it. I haven't tried any others. I've been rocking with this one for, I feel like, well over a year now I've been using this. But what it is, it's an all-in-one. It removes makeup, it cleanses, and refreshes. You don't have to rinse, and no harsh rubbing. It's safe for your face, lips, and eyes. All skin types, even sensitive. There's no oil, there's no alcohol, and there's no fragrance in this particular one. So Literally, I'm just going to read a little bit of it. So, it effectively removes makeup, cleanses skin, and refreshes. A multi-purpose cleanser that contains micellar technology. Like a magnet, micelles capture and lift away dirt, oil, and makeup without harsh rubbing, leaving skin perfectly clean, hydrated, and refreshed without over drying. When I tell you they're not lying, they're not lying. So, the directions tell you to use it on a cotton pad, and that's what I do. I typically always have these all over my house. I get them from the dollar store. And if I run out, I'll grab them from anywhere. But typically, I just get them from the dollar store because I go through them. I use so many of them. So I take a cotton pad. And so I have nothing on my face. This is me waking up in the morning. I don't have anything on. This is what I do. I take a cotton pad, saturate it, and I rub it all over my face. And literally, what it's doing is getting off any dirt. So again, this is just me from the morning. So this is just from overnight, just sleeping, rolling around. Our skin gets dirty. It's part of life. That's what it does. So I'll do that. I also use this as a makeup remover. So if I am wearing makeup, I'll go in with this and it removes my makeup effortlessly. That's not to say that I never use makeup wipes, because sometimes I do. But this product is definitely my go-to. So I go in with that on my face first. Then I'll go in with some more cleansers. So I'm going to show you guys my top 3. And I'm going to go with the ones I've been using the longest, and then some stuff that I recently started using. So after I use my micellar water, I go in with another cleanser. So African black soap is something that I've been using for a few years now. And when I first started using it, I think I bought the Shea Moisture brand, used that. And I used to use it only at night, again, because my skin dries out easily. So I would do a lot of my deep cleansing at night. And in the morning, I would just use the micellar water and go from there. But I've kind of gotten my skin acclimated to something, and I figured out what works for me. So my soap doesn't look super pretty. The one that I use currently is by Allafia, and this is the African black soap, but it also has lemongrass in it. And African black soap is just so amazing because, and I'm gonna list some more information up on the screen as the video plays, but it's just amazing, all the natural ingredients that are in it and the natural properties that it has. It contains shea butter, which is a moisturizer, but it also doesn't clog up the pores of the skin. It can help reduce dark spots, help with discoloration. The lemongrass that they use in this particular black soap, it's antimicrobial and has antibacterial properties as well. So again, just to clean the face and clean the skin, but also help to restore any imperfections and fight germs and all of that good stuff. And who doesn't want that? Like, who doesn't want your soap working super hard for you? Who doesn't? You do. So that's what I use. Another cleanser that I recently bought a few months ago that I've been loving is from Trader Joe's, and it is the face wash with tea tree oil. So there's some words in here that I cannot say, but it says tea tree oil, awapui, orange peel, and lavender make this face wash strong yet gentle, refreshing without being astringent, as rejuvenating for your skin as a day at the spa. So one of the things that I love about Trader Joe's is I can trust them to be all natural, and basically just everything that's good for you is in Trader Joe products. So when I first started using this, I noticed that my skin just felt so clean afterwards. My face feels really really clean after the African black soap too. But it just felt like a deeper level of clean with this. But it was almost to the point where I loved how clean it got my skin, but then my skin was super dry afterwards. So when I first got this, I was only using it at nighttime because I moisturize very heavily at night. And then I wasn't using it in the morning because my skin would feel too dry. Well, I found something to combat that. And it's also by Trader Joe's. And it is their facial cleansing oil. And it says with argan and coconut oils. So Trader Joe's facial cleansing oil is formulated with a unique blend of natural botanicals, including argan, coconut, and abyssinian oils. These natural oils work together to gently remove dirt and makeup without stripping your skin's essential moisture or leaving a greasy residue. Your skin will feel nourished, refreshed, and clean with every wash. So I'll typically use these two together. If I'm using my tea tree wash, I followed up with this. And what I've started doing is currently I use this in the morning. Again, because I love the smell of the tea tree oil. It makes my face feel so clean. Like, it wakes me up in the morning. So like literally before I get in the shower, I wet my face, I put this on, and then I jump in the shower. Then I wash it off, and then I followed up with the cleansing oil. And what the cleansing oil does is I literally can feel it, because it is made up of oils. I can feel it hydrating my skin instantly. But when I wash it off, I don't feel oily and greasy. So these two together, I love. And that's not to say that I can't use this after my African black soap. I just don't feel like I have to. So just going to recap. Micellar water first. Then one of my two cleansers, either my black soap or my tea tree cleanser and the oil cleanser. So once I've done that, what I like to do is I like to go in with a toner and an astringent all in one. So basically what that's going to do is it's going to help reduce any oiliness that you have. Now, while I do have dry skin, I have large pores in this area, basically meaning that my skin is not really tight. Like, you can see almost like little craters in my skin. So I'm really big on trying to make sure that I'm shrinking my pores, that I'm reducing them so that dirt and everything else isn't getting stuck in them and making them larger and causing breakouts and blackheads and all that stuff that we don't like. So this is empty because that's how much I love it, and I need to buy another one. But the one that I've been loving lately is by Thayers. It's the Witch Hazel aloe vera formula with rose petals. They have a couple other, I believe they have a lavender one, and I feel like they have a mint one as well. Lemon. I know for a fact they have lavender. They have a couple other ones, but I like to use the rose petal version. So Witch Hazel is like old school, and honestly, you could just use Witch Hazel, and that's perfectly fine. But again, I just like for my products to do the most for my skin. So this one is alcohol free, and I bring that up because I have dry skin. So alcohol is drying. So while I want my skin to be tightened and I want my pores to be reduced, I don't want my skin to be dried out because I already have dry skin. So when I first started using certain witch hazels and toners, I wasn't paying attention to that. I didn't really know, what to look for in ingredients. And I just knew that my face felt tightened afterwards. I could see the reduction in my pore size, so I was fine with that. But I was able to feel the difference in my skin once I started using an alcohol-free toner. So that's why that's what I typically reach out to. But I'm actually all out of this. So the one that I was using prior to that is by Dickinson's, another very well-known brand that also has a few different toners out on the market. So this one was just a hydrating toner. It says moisturizes skin and refines pores. This one is also alcohol free. But when I still have some of this left. When I first bought this one, I just fell in love with it. I like the way it smelled. I like the way it felt. So I just kept going and using this one, reaching for this one more, but I'm out. So I've been using this for the last couple of days until I get to the store. So moisturize. Nope, I didn't get to moisturize yet. Cleanse, micellar water. They use the soaps. Then I go on with the toner. And then what I like to use, and I use this every single day, like my 3-year-old knows my routine, and I use my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. Now, I have all 3 of them. There are 3. There's the green one with green tea. The newest one is purple. It has chamomile and lavender. So I use this one at night. And then they have the pink one, which has rose water. I use this one when I'm doing my makeup. So as far as my everyday skincare routine, I'm just going to talk about these two. I use them every single day. Like, I'm heavy-handed with them because I just love, one, I love the way they smell. Two, they're super affordable. I travel with them. Like, I don't go anywhere without these. Sometimes I'll keep one in my pocketbook because it just refreshes. Like, it makes me feel so refreshed. Again, I have dry skin, so I need moisture to be in my skin. I don't need my skin to be like starving and suffocating. What's the word I want to use? Thirsty. I don't want my skin to be thirsty. I want it to be hydrated. So I use this in the morning. Again, it has cucumber and green tea in it. And green tea is another antioxidant, and it also helps to protect your skin as well. At nighttime, I go in with this spray because it has chamomile and lavender in it, which is very relaxing and peaceful. And it smells so amazing. And it really does just relax me. It gets me ready for bed. So that's what I follow up on my skin with next. So actually, you know what? I'm supposed to be doing this because I haven't done my skincare for the day. So I already used my micellar water. So now I'm going to go in just with the toner. And I really focus it on my pores. Because, again, I want them to tighten up. And then I take what's left around the perimeter of my face. On a different cotton pad. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my spray. And like I said, I'm very heavy-handed with it. So typically, like, right out the shower, you know, I do the micellar water, jump in the shower, cleanse, come out, tone, use the spray. Then I'll go get dressed. And while I'm getting dressed, you know, my face is drying down and everything that I just put in to my skin is absorbing. Then when I'm done getting dressed, I'll come back and then I'll moisturize before I'm ready to head out the door. So to moisturize, first I go in with the oil. I've been doing this for years. I've tried coconut oils, just a whole bunch of different oils. And I really just like using vitamin E oil. I've been using vitamin E oil for a few years now. This just happens to be the Trader Joe vitamin E oil. And this one, I mean, if you look at the ingredients, it has some soybean oil in it, vitamin E oil, and coconut oil. So it's still a mix, but I'm assuming that the most dominant of the three is the vitamin E oil. And I love it. So everything that I just showed you guys, I do this in the morning and I do it at night. The only difference with the nighttime routine is that I go in with a little bit more oil and a little bit more moisturizer because I know I'm about to lay down for hours. And I don't want my skin to dry out while I'm sleeping. And in the morning, because I'm about to walk out the house and I don't want to look like a grease ball, I just don't put on quite as much. So this is the oil. And once I get that oil moisturized and massaged into my skin, I follow up with my Pond's Dry Skin Cream. Now, this I feel like is the oldie but goodie. This has been around for, I feel like ever. But I just go in and I focus a lot of it on my cheeks because for whatever reason, my skin has been acting a little haywire lately and my cheeks have been getting really dry. Typically, I get the driest around my jawline and that still is getting dry, but my cheeks have been getting really dry lately. So I focus it there. I kind of let it sit for a second or two and then I pat it into my skin. So if it's the morning time, I'm going to massage it all the way in. Honestly, at nighttime, I'll go in with a thicker layer. And God bless my husband because I walk around my house looking crazy and greasy and shiny at nighttime. But he loves me and he understands the end goal. The end goal is for my skin to look amazing. But at nighttime, I'll literally just pat it like this and let it just absorb. So I'll be looking kind of crazy. But again, it's okay because by the time I get in bed and finish homework, doing whatever I'm doing, cleaning up, laundry, it's absorbed into the skin and I just look nice and shiny. So that is what I do on a day-to-day basis. Monday through Friday, I'm up very early. I have to be to work at 7 a.m. So literally I do that. I do my eyebrows, I pencil in my eyebrows, and I'm done. That's it. I don't wear makeup every day because I don't have time to. So that's the day-to-day basis. And I'm going to film another tutorial after this. So that's, my face is already prepped for when I do my makeup. But on a regular day-to-day basis, like I said, I just fill in my eyebrows and keep it moving. So now on to exfoliating and masks. So exfoliating is basically where, whether you have dry skin, oily skin, combination, sensitive. Now, if you do have sensitive skin or acne prone skin, you scar easily, you do want to pay attention to the type of exfoliators that you use, because what it's doing is you're literally going to be massaging something with texture into your skin to help remove off any dead skin. So if you have extremely sensitive skin, I know, say Ives has a line and they're like numbered. So the lower the number, it's basically like a very mild and soft exfoliator, and the higher the number, you know, the grittier it gets. So there are a wide variety of exfoliators that you can use. I'm going to show you guys one that I love, that I purchased, that I've been repurchasing for a while, but it's as simple as getting some honey and some sugar, honestly, ingredients that most people have in their home already, mixing it together and just massaging it onto your skin. I love doing that. I love using that on my lips, especially because my lips tend to peel if they get too dry. So I love doing that. For some reason, I feel like I do that a lot more in the summertime. I'm not sure, but it's perfectly fine for any time of the year. And honey is also amazing for your skin as well. But the mask that I have been using as of late is this mask right here. It's by Freeman, and it is their polishing charcoal and black sugar gel mask plus scrub. Says it's for all skin types. It instantly detoxifies pores and exfoliates for smooth skin. So, pollution, debris, it's a wonder skin can breathe. This unique mask and scrub works double time to detoxify skin. Purifying activated charcoal helps absorb oil and impurities without over drying. Black sugar helps exfoliate away dull skin cells for softness and clarity. Perfect for all skin types. So this one says you can use twice a week or as often as needed. So again, depending on my skin, I definitely exfoliate at least once a week. That's just the minimum. And I mean all over my face and my neck, I'll exfoliate. I'm not going to show you now because I'm not in the bathroom. But I will show you guys just a little bit as far as so you can see the color. So this is what it looks like. Don't be alarmed. It has black sugar and charcoal in it. So it is a very dark color. I'm used to the smell. I mean, it doesn't smell like amazing, but it doesn't smell horrible. I'm more concerned about what it does for my skin. And I love this particular one because, again, I'm used to using sugar-based scrubs anyway. So the feel of sugar and the grit, and that doesn't bother my skin at all. It doesn't leave me feeling too dry or scratched up or anything like that. So for me, it works. And like, they're not stingy with the sugar. Like, there is sugar all throughout. So when I'm exfoliating, I can feel like that my skin is getting clean or the dry skin is peeling off. But when I wash it off, my skin doesn't feel dry. Like, even now that I just rubbed it on my hand and wiped it off, my skin doesn't feel dry. So I love that it's doing like a deeper type of cleaning, and, you know, with the black charcoal and everything. But when I wash my face, I don't just feel like I drug sandpaper all over my face. Like, my face still feels really good. So that is my go-to scrub. I have a couple others. I didn't even bring them down, but like the St. Ives one, I'll drop them down below. Like, other products that I use that I'm not telling you guys about, I'll have them listed down below, because again, there are so many different type of scrubs and masks and things out there. These are just the ones that I use, and I'm sharing them with you. So the last thing that I have, this is just my e.l.f. I love e.l.f. This is one of the exfoliators that I use for my lips. It's almost gone because I use it all the time. Quick in the morning, scrub, scrub, scrub. And just a side note, if you are going to be wearing matte lipstick, you need to exfoliate your lips. Skin, whether your skin pills or flakes or not, skin sheds. It sheds. And if you are not exfoliating your lips, when you put that matte lipstick on, it's just going to settle into all the lines and it's not going to look pretty. Like, matte lipstick is already like a real touchy relationship anyway if you don't get it dead right. So make sure it, and again, you can use whatever, the sugar or honey. If you got salt, like coarse salt in your house with a little bit of warm water, just use something. I mean, honestly, you can even use a washcloth. Just be careful, you know, don't scrub too hard, but you can use a washcloth to exfoliate. Another thing I almost forgot, something that I don't use every single day, but I certainly do think that it's beneficial to have to help just with the skincare routine, and that is some sort of spin brush. This is from Vanity Planet, I think. I'll link it below. I forgot where I got it from, but I know I had a discount code and I think I only paid like maybe 30 bucks for it. It comes with a whole bunch of different spin tops. This is just the everyday one. It has an exfoliating brush. It has a body brush. It has a scrub for like your feet. But I definitely love using this spin brush, and I use it more when I'm taking off a full face of makeup. Again, I don't wear makeup every day, so I feel like my hands do a pretty good job of just cleaning my skin. But when I'm doing a full beat down or I'm filming a lot of tutorials and I have so many products into my skin, I'll turn it on. So like it just spins, and that alone is just cleaning your skin so much deeper than just your hands or a regular washcloth can do. So there's so many different ones now. Like I see them at TJ Maxx sometimes, Marshalls, for like under $10, especially around Christmas time. There were a whole bunch of them. So don't feel like you have to go out and get the most expensive one, but having a spin brush definitely will just help to get that much deeper clean, especially if you're like me and you have large pores, or you just feel like, you know, a lot of blackheads and whiteheads, your skin is just acting up. You might need to get something to help you get a little bit deeper in there. And exfoliating will also help that as well, because if you're not getting off those extra layers of dead skin, and again, the environment, the sun, and you're constantly putting stuff on your face, but it's never really getting out of your pores, it's just going to clog them. So yeah, that's just a sidebar. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about is a mask. I have a video up and I'll link it to where you guys can check it out, where I do a full first impressions demo. But so many people have been asking me for a follow-up on it. Excuse me, on the mask. So this is it. And the mask is the Aztec Indian Healing Clay Bentonite Clay Mask. Y'all. When I first tried this mask, let me say, I had no idea that video would end up being my most watched video. So thank you all for watching it, sharing it, commenting. I appreciate it so very much. I had no idea that video would go viral. But thank you. So this is the follow-up on it. Again, if I'm slacking, like honestly guys, my goal is to do this once a week, because I can absolutely see the difference in my skin. My husband sees the difference. Like he's even like, your face feels so smooth. I'm like, yeah, I just did my mask last night. Like literally this right here. I love when stuff is all natural and it just works so well to where it's just like somebody figured it out and it's amazing. So you mix it with apple cider vinegar, and that has so many good qualities as well. Use it once a week on my good weeks. When I get really busy, every other week. But like I said, I try to do it at least once a week. I let it sit on my face for about anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. If I do a thin layer, it'll dry faster, so closer to 20. But if I get a little heavy-handed, I do want it to dry all the way, so it'll be closer to 30. I don't like to go over 30 minutes though, just because it gets so tight that sometimes it's hard for me to get it all off. But this is like the only mask I really use now. I'm thinking. Yeah, on a regular basis, this is my go-to mask once a week for my deep cleaning. Just literally, you can feel it pulling, it pulsates. Again, watch the video. There's millions of other videos out there as well. But I can literally feel it just pulling out any impurities, just getting all the junk and gunk out of my skin. And when I wash it off, my skin looks healthy. It looks like it's glowing. It feels so smooth. So this is my go-to. The one other thing that I will say that I did try and I have not been consistent with, but another goal, I'm going to be more consistent using it, is just aloe vera. I had got an aloe vera plant and I was using it. I was using it every night straight because I was like trying to see something. Some nights I just kept it on for like an hour. I think one night I even fell asleep in it and I woke up. It was fine. Like it had just like dissolved. I don't even know where it went, but it was crazy because I was like, oh my God, it's on my pillows. And like, it wasn't. It was really kind of crazy, but I digress. Aloe vera was another, again, all natural from the earth plant that I was putting on my skin. And it feels a little slimy. It felt a little weird putting it on. But it's super inexpensive. And that was the second product where I was like, my skin just felt so soft once I rinsed it off. And yeah, I'm just a really big proponent on like healthy skin. So again, anything that's natural, that's good for you, that's gonna make my skin soft, make it glow. It's like a natural moisturizer. I'm here for it. So I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't leave anything out. I don't believe I did. Again, there's other products that I use, but these are just what I go to the most. Like for example, this Pond's moisturizer is pretty thick, but because it's still cold, I use it. I reach to it. I gravitate towards it. Can't go without it. In the summertime, I can use something a little bit lighter. I like Elf's Hydrating Serum and Neutrogena. What is it? The Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel, I believe it's called. Love it. It's like anywhere from like $15 to $20 a jar. So I literally only buy it when I need it because I know I don't wear it all year round. But it smells so good. It smells so fresh and crisp. And again, in the summertime, I sweat a lot. So it's like, I feel like for me, the summertime is a little bit trickier as far as skincare because it's like, I want to moisturize because I don't want to be dry. But then once I start sweating, it's like, yeah, I be just trying to get my life together. So I don't have to moisturize quite as much in the summertime as I do in the winter. But again, this is what I'm doing currently. These are the products that I use, that I love. And I think that's it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, things you think I should try, if you have a question about something, don't quite understand, I wasn't making any sense, definitely feel free to leave a comment below. If you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. By all means, share it. And if you want, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because this is not going to be my last video. I'm working on some more stuff for you guys. So again, thank you so much for checking out this tutorial, for taking the time to watch it. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you learned something, or I brought up a product that you were wondering about, or I just hope that you enjoyed it. It could be that simple. You might have everything that I have because you're dope like that. But nonetheless, you guys, that's all I have for this tutorial video, skincare routine. Until next time, guys, be blessed. Bye.